family. How y'all doing out there? If you don't know, my name is Thomas Sligh and I'm the founder of Treasures of the Heart Ministries. I want to take a couple moments to talk about a choir that is dear to my heart. Divine Praise Music Ministries out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you didn't know, I grew up in Philadelphia and I had a wonderful experience growing up in North Philadelphia. Divine Praise Music Ministries is so dear to my heart because I had the opportunity to be one of the original founders of the choir. Let me tell you how this transpired. A young lady by the name of Gracie Rayner at the time, her name is Gracie Brickhouse, came up to me in Roxborough High School. I was in like the 11th grade or something around that. She came up to me in the hallway and she said, "Tom, would you like to start a choir?" And I said, "Why not?" So we got together, and you see we were in the band together, so we already were playing some music and traveling around in the orchestra and the band of Roxborough High School. So I got to know Gracie pretty well. So she came up, she said, "Do you want to start a choir?" I said, "Sure." So next thing you know, I got a good friend of mine, John Payton, who we were running around, singing around the community and doing things. We also were in music school together at Temple University for people that were in high school. So I got John together and Gracie, and we decided to meet at Gracie's house on a Thursday evening, and we started to sing. We started to bring some of my friends from the high school and other young folks that we knew, and we started a choir called Divine Praise Music Ministries. What a time it was. We would sit down and write songs and just enjoy the presence of the Lord as teenagers. And God surely moved and blessed us all. One of the greatest things that I can remember was Gracie introduced me to my wife through the formulation of this choir. See, she wanted to go on the prom as well at high school, and she knew I didn't have a date. So through the formulation of the choir, she introduced me to my wife, Jeanette. So Jeanette was also one of the original founders, and as we began to sing and go around the community, God mended our hearts together. And one of the joyful things about the choir, a lot of marriages took place in the choir. As we traveled for years, God bonded hearts together that they may be married unto Him. So, I mean, there's so history within this choir. One thing I want to mention also, a few years later, Robert Brickhouse came to the choir, and that is the husband of Gracie Brickhouse. So they're married, and they're still carrying on the choir to this day. And Rob was a friend of mine from back in elementary school. See how God worked that? A friend from elementary school met Gracie some years later after the formulation of the choir, and they are still holding it down today, and they are a wonderful, wonderful family. So there is a lot of history, a lot of pride in Divine Praise Music Ministries. A lot of other ministries have come out of this choir. I mean, just to name a few, One Praise Ministries with Juan and Sonia Sessoms, Treasures of the Heart Ministries, and there are so many others that I didn't even name, and I may get in trouble for not even mentioning, but look up the history of the choir. It's just a phenomenal thing what God has done through the years. They have multiple CDs that are out playing across the country, and look up Divine Praise Music Ministries. So I wanted to take this time to let you know about this wonderful reunion that is going to take place on November 10th at 5:30 p.m. at the Jones Memorial Baptist Church. This is also going to be a celebration of those that have passed on in the choir. My dad, the Reverend Thomas Sligh Sr., for many years opened up the doors to our church, the Devereaux United Methodist Church, where we rehearse. Mr. Bernard Rayner, who is Gracie's father, who opened up his home for us to rehearse, and it was the manager of the choir as we traveled for years through college. Deacon John Sessoms, who is my father-in-law, he just passed away a few months ago, and he also was intricate in the formulation of this choir and being there to support. Michael Burgess, a legendary figure in the Philadelphia community, he molded us and crafted us and taught us how to sing the right way and how to be disciplined and how we conduct ourselves in integrity. Michael Burgess, who has also passed on. So also this reunion will celebrate their memory, and we're asking all of the old members to come back. If you sang in this choir over the 20 years, you should be there on November 10th at 5:30 p.m. at Jones Memorial Baptist Church to celebrate Divine Praise Music Ministry and where God is taking this choir and also what God has done through the years. To God be the glory for Divine Praise Music Ministries. I will see you there.